こに行っても所在がなくて、いっそ自分のことを知っている人が一人もいない中で暮らしてみたいって思ったこともあった。
Hey, how are things over there? It's getting colder now, right? Has school begun? It probably has. You're probably wondering why the sudden email. Recently, I've been reading a lot, and lately I got inspired by this book where the characters write emails to one another while they are apart. So I guess this is my way of replicating that. I have no idea if you'll ever see the light of these emails, but there'll be many more to come. I hope you've been doing well. I've been doing better lately, but in all honesty, I still feel pretty lost. I don't seem to know what to do, but I feel like I should be working on so much more. But all I find myself doing is reading. I've been thinking a lot about how art is being shared in this world. How I despise how little time and effort is being put into truly understanding and grasping the depths of the pieces of art these days, and that it is so easy to just consume mindless content. As much as there is a shift to the paradigm that currently is still small but a hopeful one, these efforts are so far out of reach from me. I wish I was born in a different place. I just wish people put more emphasis on the importance of sharing art, because there is so much more that you can learn about someone through it. This set of emails reminds me of Sabrina's emails I can't send. Isn't it ironic that you were the one who introduced it to me? This is my way of communicating to you when in fact I'm just afraid of speaking to you. No matter how much I try to move away from you, I think I'll always go back to you. I hope you're doing well. See you in the next letter. Wait. It's 3 a.m. and I don't know, I think I've just been having a lot of things running through my mind every now and then, but yeah, like it's the next 6 months are gonna be a little intense actually, and yeah, like the next 6 months have about 5 countries of travel in 5 months, and my plan is to actually edit a video after every trip, which means it's actually gonna be quite tiring. And I don't know, I think I've been thinking a lot about that and like possibly being burnt out. And I was telling Yao Ting today about it, but I think I was just saying that like I could be thinking too much, and that I would enjoy it anyway. I think he's right, but I don't know, man. But yeah, anyways, everything should turn out well, hopefully. Hey, I'm currently writing this email approximately 30,000 feet in the air. It's felt like it's been forever since I last wrote to you, but actually it's only really been a week since then. I think the couple beside me must really hate me. It's completely dark right now on the plane, and yet I'm here using the small gleam of light to write this email. I guess the real reason why I'm writing this now is because today marks the start of everything that I guess I was working on for the past 2 years. For a while, I found myself at a crossroads. There was this overwhelming pressure to go all in and finally do everything I wanted. I guess part of me was just sick of feeling like a failure to a certain extent. So I said fuck it, who the fuck cares? Instead of waiting for life to happen to me, I guess it's time to make life happen instead. The upcoming 5 months before university is going to be absolutely insane. It's going to be adventure, creation, rest, and repeat. This is me doing what I've always wanted, I guess. I wonder how much of me will change by the end of all of this. I can't wait to see how everything else transpires. Did you see my comment the other day? I hope you know that you do truly deserve the world. I think as long as you're trying your best to be a good person, you deserve everything and more. I saw that you were having a good time with your friends, and I hope you had a good night out. Stay safe. 1 out of 4. This is only the beginning. I hope you're doing well. Always thinking of you. Wait. Hi guys. I'm in the middle of God knows where, and that's where we're going to. That bunch of buildings over there. But I think I may have a bit more off that I could chew, because I think my project might be way too ambitious. I'm not going to fucking lie. And carrying 2 cameras while trying to shoot an entire project all on my own and making it good might be a bit too difficult. But I don't know, man. Fuck it, be bored, I guess. Anyways, going to that Swiss village. Can you hear me? Traveling alone is hard, man. I just don't have enough money, bro. Hey, I'm currently at the filming location of the movie Past Lives. Do you remember? That's the first and only movie we ever watched together alone, even though we've known each other for so long. I'm sure we both enjoyed that movie, but in some ironic sense now that I'm thinking about it, maybe subconsciously the universe knew. Things have been a little busy these few days. It's starting to dawn on me that traveling like this will inevitably take a toll on my body. Korea has been an amazing experience for me. I felt like I've lived 10 lives while I'm here, even though it's only really been 5 days. Having the chance to meet new people and to see everything without worrying about anything much has been very nice. There are currently a boatload of protests going on in Seoul right now. Rows of police buses lined up in a mannerly order by the roadside. Loud jarring horns invading the air with chants of ousting the president. There is so much more going on in the world, and travelling has shed so many glimpses of reality outside of Singapore. I've been walking around with Don a lot more, and it's been so much fun learning about these situations from him. It's always interesting to listen to someone talk about something that they are passionate about, but also extremely fun showing and introducing him to the parts of Korea that I've done my research on, and also just giving him a glimpse of how travelling solo feels like. I'm sure he's sick of me, but I feel like it's been ages since we had such good conversations like we did back in secondary school. Also, it's just nice to have someone around after so many days of roaming around alone. A few days back, I went out on a solo day trip to a town called Suwon. I went there to see the filming locations of one of my favourite shows, Our Beloved Summer. It was nice to see these places turn into reality, but at one of the locations, I ran into this granny. She was hunched over, but that was clearly overshadowed by her outgoing personality. I'm pretty sure she figured that I wasn't Korean, but she spoke to me as if I was proficient. In my broken Korean, I understood that her son never came back to see her because of financial difficulties and that he was sick as well. She started to bawl, and in moments like those, you can see the hurt they bore in their eyes. The way their words trail off, how their eyes water uncontrollably, and the way they can't finish their sentences. In complete lack of understanding of the situation, one thing was clear. But yet, I think everything else didn't really matter when she smiled. It just shows the power of human interaction and caring for others genuinely, even if you do not know who they are. This trip is coming to an end real soon. They said it could snow in 2 days, and If that happens, that will be pretty cool. I have a train to catch at 9:45 tomorrow. This trip has felt like an eternity. Let's end it on a good note. I hope you're doing well. Stay safe and healthy. Still thinking of you. Wait.
Recently, I've watched this thing talking about how, like, thinking about how to chase, like, happiness. And, like, the conclusion and, like, the thing that they said was, like, happiness is not fulfilled by something, but it's defined by the feeling when you feel this feeling of one-pointedness, where you're just focused on that one thing and nothing else. And it's pretty first, like, I find myself like kind of just sitting in this feeling of one-pointedness whenever I travel. It's like I don't have to think about anything else except like what's in front of me. The views, the scenery. I don't know, man. But all I know is that, like, I feel this one-pointedness when I'm traveling by the ocean in a country where there's not a lot of people, cause no one's watching, you know? And like, even if they are, they don't know who the hell you are. So you can just be you without worrying.
Hey, I'm reaching Singapore in about 30 minutes. I'm tired, but my heart is definitely full. This trip reminded me so much of how it feels like to be alive again. Just to be simply in awe at the simple beauties of life. Be it the shocking breath of cold air rushing through my lungs, the golden glow of the canvas of buildings in front of me during sunset, or the way I involuntarily yelled, "It's snowing," as I watched the landscape in front of me, blanketed by a white carpet. It's been a while since I felt so alive, and the craziest thing is that this is only the beginning. It's going to be a crazy ride, and I know that there's so much more that lies ahead, but yet I wouldn't trade this time and freedom for anything else in the world. Even if it's only fleeting and that inevitably it will all end, I think for the first time in a while I'm happy. I can only run for so long, but I'll enjoy it while I'm doing so. Enjoying the cold wind that brushes past my face, the picturesque landscapes giving me warm company and the limitless possibilities.
Bro, this shit is insane. Holy shit, man. Look at that, you can see the moon on the other side. What? There's just no way, bro.
1 down, 3 to go. What a start to the journey. I hope things are going well on your side. Talk to you again soon. Wait. Hey, I know it's been a long while since I last wrote to you, but I guess I just had some thoughts on my mind. A few days ago, I spoke to my grandmother, probably for the first time in a while. Her dementia has severely deteriorated, and in the moments of speaking to her, it kind of broke my heart. In her head, I'm still a 6-year-old kid, and my parents are only 17 years old, getting busier with their lives, and that she's still cooking dinner for the family. The futile attempts of trying to find answers to my questions, the genuine struggle and the silence that fills the air as her eyes find the roof of her lids, and the embarrassing yet obvious tries to avoid the questions. All these small nuances and details shed light on the realities of our world as we age, that we will all lose our memories, that our bodies will eventually fail on us one day. In her head, the only thing that is clear to her is that everyone was fierce to her, that she was afraid and that she always walked on eggshells. As memories of my childhood come rushing back, the way that she held my hand as we jaywalked from the bus stop to the kindergarten, the way she felt when my eyes were glued to the TV when I was 7, and the consistent way that my fruit platter was bigger than my plate of rice. It dawned on me that amongst the two of us, I was the only one who had the privilege of having those memories. We'll forget everything one day, but I guess that's exactly why I'm such a sentimentalist. I hold on tighter to memories than most people do. Maybe I won't be able to feel present all the time, capturing all these memories, but the biggest present of all is that I'll always be able to look back if I forget. Here's to living to feel alive, rather than living to just survive. I hope you're doing well. Much love. Wait. Hey, it's the second time I'm writing to you while I'm 30,000 feet in the air. This time I'm on my way to Bali. It's exciting. To be able to feel the pressure in my ears being blocked is such a privilege, and to be travelling with people that are important is something that I'm extra grateful for. Especially with how things have gone, the inevitability of people leaving has never been more present. I guess eventually everyone will go. And it's in this revelation that I'm extra grateful that these moments are even happening. I think that the past few months have thoroughly changed my life. It's the mindset shift of realizing that it's two completely different worlds. When you live to survive and when you actually live to live. Most of my life, it's felt like the former. Finding ways to conserve any ounce of energy to drag this shell across the finish line every day. But energy surges when you're actually chasing for the things you want, and when you're not obsessed about trying to just get by. When you actually live to live, it's a whole different ballgame. I hope things are going well over there. I know it's a confusing time and you probably feel lost, but it's all part of the process of finding yourself. I'm not worried about you. I'm sure you'll figure it out. You're fine. Anyways, 2 out of 4. I'm finally going to be able to feel like I'm on top of the world.
Hey yo, what time is it now?
Hey, it's currently 6:50 AM and we are on the summit of Mount Batur. The view from up here is absolutely insane. I wish you had the opportunity to be able to see what I'm seeing right now, so I guess I'll try to describe what I'm seeing the best I can. So maybe you can imagine what it's like in your head. Suddenly everything from here looks tiny. The houses look like building blocks, and suddenly even the trees look like plants. It's almost a 3D miniature model, where the land and the mountains are embracing the lake. It looks like it's set in stone, reflecting off the sun's natural rays. The mountain line stretches across the entire canvas, with a white carpet blanketing behind the mountains. The lines between the ocean and sky blur, almost like the horizon is hiding intentionally away from us. But the sun peeks out, and suddenly an array of colors illuminate the sky. It's peaceful, for now. Suddenly everything doesn't matter anymore. I'm here with 3 friends that I hold close to my heart, capturing not just moments with our phones and cameras, but memories that will be imprinted in our minds for a while. Fleeting, but all the more precious. With music playing in our ears, the sunlight hitting our face, we could stay in this moment forever. But there's only more to come to explore. I wish you could see this too. Wait.
Say real, I might need my license.
For what, bike or driving?
Both lah. Both lah. Need the bike with the scuba tank on the back. Then I drive straight into the water.
And then you bring your fishing rod.
I drive straight into the water.
Crazy. I might switch to marine biology already. After I see what Matt say, right, wow, marine biology got course, right? Wow, that's it. I see today, yeah, I'm in already.
Both transferring out of NUS.
Transferring already. Bye-bye.
Today is day 7 of the trip. But yeah, honestly everything's been going really fast because it's been very intense and I'm not fit enough for this, but it's been crazy and fun, and yeah, I don't know, it's been good. Yeah.
Hey, how have you been? Today is the last day of the Bali trip with the guys, and I feel like I've been running on fumes for the past 4 days. Bloodshot eyes, muscle aches, cuts, bruises, everything's worn down. But I have so many stories to tell, and I feel so alive. There's a lot that happened this trip, and especially many takeaways. Chasing new experiences like scuba diving and being able to see what the world has to offer never fails to awaken every cell in my body. Novelty never fails to make me feel more alive. Being underwater 12 meters deep, being able to examine every single detail of the Earth shipwreck while schools of fishes zoom past. And yet the only thing you can hear is the rhythm of your own breathing. It's oddly peaceful. The silence is not deafening for once. It's a state of being in awe, while being able to enjoy the complete freshness of new experiences. During this trip, a small thought inspired by a K-drama 5 years ago finally materialized. 15-year-old Wayne was in awe, and in fact mostly curious. Curious about the exhilaration of being on top of the world, being carried forward and soaking in the views from up there. 21-year-old Wayne saw how the waves playfully spilled over the edges of his surfboard, the ebbs and flow of the waves that carried him forward. The way his feet felt the consistent pressure from the blistering waves beneath his surfboard, the wind brushing against his face, falling back into the ocean but yet getting back up again. A dream came through the past few days, and I know I'll be back for more soon. But this trip wasn't perfect by any means. I've been on my own for a while. Being on your own means that you don't have anyone else to worry about, no obligations and responsibilities to meet, that you don't have to worry about being at your own pace, affecting others. But this trip, I went with 3 others, whose footsteps often were at a cadence faster than mine, lagging behind because the rate at which I was spending was often a lot harder than the others. Alongside resurfaced many familiar yet unhealthy thought patterns. The feeling of being inadequate, being a burden to those around you, and the feeling of incompetence. I've never been good at dealing with those feelings, and not facing them for a while left me complacent. I'm still refiguring out who I am around these people that meant the world to me. Now just being more guarded than I previously once was. I still think this year will be the most impactful and transformative year of my life. Figuring out who I am in this world and my place among the others has been extremely tricky and will continue to be. I can't tell if I'm doing a good job, but I like to think that I am. For now, my heart is warm from the memories made, albeit imperfect at times. But sometimes it's the imperfection that makes it feel more authentic, more real. I was pushed to many limits this trip, often stepping out of comfort zones, doing things I wasn't proficient at, and even though at times I fell, I always got back up. I like to say I'm proud of myself. Although to others it could have been easy, but for me it definitely wasn't, and it should be okay to feel that way. In the end, I'm just a 21-year-old trying to find his way around adulthood, just like how everyone else is doing, finding out who they are at their own pace. Alongside it, accompanied by the vast landscapes of Bali, the layers of rice fields in the vicious yet calming ocean, the bustling city streets accentuated by moments of laughter and peace by friends, soaking in the present moment. The smiles, long stares into the distance, the closing of eyes to take it in. We are present and we are alive. Sorry for the rant. I hope you're doing better. The loneliness won't last forever. I hope you know I'll always be here, physically or not. Take good care of yourself, rest well. 2 out of 4, we're halfway there. Wait. Hey, I hope you've been coping well. I've been seeing your updates on social media about staying up late to study. Hang in there, it'll all be over soon. Today I went to watch Richy perform again. This one feels a little more special than usual though. Today is possibly her last time performing for her hall, and it made me feel a little extra sentimental for her. She's so talented, it's actually crazy. I've known her for so long, and to be able to finally witness her in her own element for the past 2 years, enjoying every opportunity, be it to sing, to play keys, to arrange music pieces, or to even act, has left my heart feeling warm. To see one of the friends that I hold closest to my heart be able to be given a platform where her talents and passion shine has been breathtaking, and I genuinely couldn't be prouder. Till this day, I owe a lot to her. She's one of the people that was there during my darkest moments, and there have been too many moments where I took that for granted. As life stages separate us, I struggled with her absence, but it also made me realize that I wanted to be a much better friend to her. Especially with people leaving, I really learned to choose the people that choose you. And at least to me, the least I can do is show up to help her document these moments where she's the happiest. I went to almost every show she performed, and I get blown away every single time. I've left early at times so that she could finally soak in her moment. But today, I stayed, and seeing her run to me for a photo made me feel at ease, at peace momentarily. Choose the people that choose you. Recently, I've been so busy trying to plan the entire series well. There are so many ideas and I've been feeling so inspired. I want to do the best I've ever done. Hopefully, I'll be able to live up to it. Take care, drink more water and get enough sleep. I'll talk to you again soon. Wait. Hey, I hope everything's been okay these past few weeks. Finals are coming out and I hope the preparations haven't been killing you too badly. I've been so occupied with trying to make this new project the best I've ever done that I haven't written in a while. Yes, I'm currently on another flight again. This time to a country that I've wanted to go with other friends, but because of certain circumstances, we haven't gone. So I'm going with the people that's been the most consistent presence in my life. It's the first time I'm going overseas with the two that I've known for forever. Both Jared and Derek are constants that have never gone away, and I'm so thankful for that. I read somewhere that friendships break not because of big fights or events, but the countless small decisions to not show up and choose the other. I think I felt that more than anything else in recent times. Having a community and home to return to is indeed incredible relief. And although I don't feel the most connected or deepest with them, it's the ability to always be there, to be a consistent presence that stands out, especially during times where things are ever changing. I'm grateful to this home that stays, and I value and cherish this trait of theirs more than ever. Being able to see the world and experience everything the world has to offer has and always will be incredibly refreshing. I'm so glad that I'll be able to finally travel with those fools that stuck by me. But as much fun as going around the world is, it's tiring, and I'm struggling trying to keep up with the pace of it, while trying to stay present and also capture it all. But then again, not everyone has the privilege to 1. Have the time and opportunity to do this, 2. Do it while chasing your passions and the evolving dreams that I have. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. It's the start of the second leg, and I can't wait to eat well, enjoy the change in pace and scenery, and create memories with my homies. Life is incredibly good right now. 3 out of 4. You best bet I'm gonna make the best out of it. I'll talk to you soon. Wait.
Someday shit, bro. How do you almost miss our shit?
Jesus fucking Christ, bro. We ran the fastest we ever run, bro. What happened to just now?
Nothing.
Bro ran halfway, checked into the train ticket already, and then we were like, where the fuck's your luggage, bro? Holy shit, yeah. Bro, that is entire luggage.
I knew Sean had it.
What the fuck, Eric?
Sean had it.
Hi, Red.
It's recording now.
What the fuck? He's wet.
Okay, Jared.
He's a little wet. Look at this view, bro. Look at this view. Crazy.
Right that way.
Crazy.
Yeah, then you can hit on the hip.
What?
Right that way.
Towards Jared?
Yeah.
Jared?
Yeah, anytime. Okay.
Woohoo!
Hey, the weather here in Taiwan has been absolutely heavenly. It's breezy, there's enough sunlight for it to not feel gloomy, yet not feel sweltering at the same time. I went for a walk just now. It was dark, but quiet. It wasn't pin drop silence, but the sounds of the cars zooming by, or the sounds of the nightlife complementing it, was very soothing. I'll never forget these days of eating street food while being able to take in the cold air. the warm herbal eggs in my hand as it warms my stomach. As I walk past stores and the lights automatically flicker on as if they were being considerate and looking out for me. I'm at peace with my own company, but it doesn't stop me from thinking about the people that once meant the world to me that have left. These people are amazing people by all means. I don't hold anything against them at all. We've drifted due to unfortunate circumstances that we both didn't foresee nor plan for to happen. But it's still hard to accept that you're being treated worse than you deserve to be. The me 2 years ago would have held on for dear life, refusing to let go of what hurts. But there's acceptance now. And all of these countries that I've planned on going with them, I've gone alone, or with others. And when they do go on these trips, it'll hurt. But at the end of the day, I hope they have the time of their lives. I left because I realized that I should be treated better, and I realized that if others won't, then at least I should myself. Because at the end of the day, you are your own person. So as I gobbled down that herbal egg and took that stroll back to my Airbnb with 8 other eggs in my hands, I realized that I was in the right place, choosing the people that chose me. That's the best way to treat yourself. Appreciate what's left instead of being hung up on what's lost. As long as you have yourself at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Take care of yourself and rest well. Wait.
Oh yeah, I can do it.
Just say hi to the camera.
My right one cannot go.
Hey, it's currently 1:48 AM and I'm sitting in the plane awaiting takeoff as refueling is commencing. It's the end of the third trip, but if I'm completely honest, I'm due for some refueling as well. Recently, I've been thinking about the whole notion about taking care of yourself so you can give more of yourself to others when the time comes. I think I'm burning out and I'm honestly simply exhausted. I still struggle with figuring out how to deal with these down periods of burnout. I've been thinking and seeing bits of you even in more recent times. Seeing you in the foods you love, your name appearing in the signboards of Taiwan, and the pictures of your favorite singers appearing on the glowing boards of train stations. I hope you're doing well. I wonder when it will truly be the next time our lives intertwine. How different will we be then? Will that same warmth that never left resurface inevitably like it always does? Or are we genuinely too far gone? Only time will tell. In these memories with my friends overseas, there's this endless pursuit of the next euphoria, the high of feeling alive. But there's also a part of me that feels like I'm dissociating. That I'm nothing more than the efforts of trying to feel alive and using that as an escape. Chasing the feeling and producing this series has been so mentally taxing, but yet I can't seem to know what else to do if I wasn't doing this. If I truly want this series to be absolutely phenomenal and my next level up, then shouldn't I be pouring even more than I currently am putting in now? Will I be everything I wanted or will I fail miserably? I'm tired. This trip has been fun, but I think I'm fully out of gas. It's time to recalibrate before the final hurrah. 3 out of 4, I'll talk to you soon. Wayne. Hey, I hope all is well. I saw that you caught Gracie live and I couldn't be happier for you. Did she sing the song from her first studio album? I hope she did. It's already halfway through May and I'm glad to say that nothing has gone bad yet. But this month has easily been the most emotionally taxing month this year by far. Today I was talking to BK over text. BK is one of the only guys doing something similar to me. He's travelling the world, seeing everything the world has to offer, and he's enjoying it. I told him that the fact that we are both able to explore the world at this point in time is such a privilege. That to have the ability to do what we love is such an amazing feeling. But with it hitting May, I'm also coming to realize that this is all about to come to an end. And that scares me a little. Sometimes I think about how every moment and action leads to so many changes, and that everything can still change in a split moment. For me currently, I think I've built an entire world that's so vastly different from the reality here. So what happens when this all blows over? It took me a while to find this equilibrium, where I actually feel stable. A world not affected by others, a world where I can feel present, a world where I can be me. Although there are still times where it feels like this is not sustainable, but it's all going to change now. And as a sentimentalist, it scares me that when university starts, I won't be able to replicate this again. At the end of the day, I'm just grateful that I was given this period of time where I had the luxury to try and do what I want, without worry about failure and the consequences behind it, and the ability to keep trying again. These 8 months give me an opportunity to construct my own reality, perhaps unattainable and unsustainable, an example of my own utopia. But then again, with all these experiences and clarity, maybe the next equilibrium, or dare I say utopia, will be easily achievable. Here's to striving for the many different versions of my utopia as life changes. I'll just soak it in while it lasts. I'll talk to you soon. Rest well. Wait. Hello. Currently it is 1:43. I'm just waiting for my flight to Vienna, and I just thought that it would be good to document this down because I might not have the time to write when I'm on the flight since it's gonna be all dark. But yeah, like if I'm gonna be completely honest, it's actually quite scary this time because it's been a while since I last travelled, a full month. And this time I'm completely on my own. But yeah, it's gonna be my first time travelling in Europe alone, and I'll be meeting people at hostels, and it's gonna be like the full like backpacking experience for the first time. Like I haven't even backpacked before, other than like if I'm gonna be completely honest, I am a bit lost because this is like the finale, but like the previous month I've just been like so detached from this entire series because I've needed a break, but at the same time like, I don't think taking a step back and doing corporate work was the right answer either. So I'm just kind of all over the place mentally, and being alone in a country and travelling intercities and just like doing this for the first time is scary, to be honest. But I don't know, this is like what we live for, right? Like there's nothing better than this. Hey, how have you been? It's currently 3:30 AM and I'm on a 13-hour flight en route to the city of Vienna. A $600 round trip to Vienna on a school sale led to all these. In theory, it sounds perfect. I'm just worried that I'll mess it up. It's been a lot lately and I'm tired. This is the final sprint. 10 days. I'll see you and I'll update you when I land. 4 of 4, beginning of the end. Hope you're doing great. Yeah, say hi to the floor. My first friend I made in Europe.
Really? Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm just gonna go crazy with the cymbals. Like, this is gonna sound sick.
Hey, It's currently 8:47 AM in Prague. I took an overnight bus from Budapest last night. Honestly, it was super hectic, but I made friends with this Indian guy who was studying business in Germany. He was talking to me about how he saw snow for the first time while he was studying, and that came as a whole new experience to him. Experiencing short daylight and being unable to leave his house because he was being snowed in was depressing to him. And he felt extra homesick because he struggled with connecting with the Europeans around him. I wonder how you must have felt going through all those firsts in a new country. Sometimes I think about how far I've come with being able to completely exist on my own. Now even when things are not going to plan, I no longer panic, and instead I just stay calm and think about what I should do next. And it's also weird because I think I'm finally getting used to not having the need to be productive all the time. Maybe it's because of the air here in Europe and that I could just be getting ahead of myself, but I beg to differ. I just wonder exactly how fluid life can be at times, being able to perceive and define your reality and yet not having a clear answer on whether it's right or wrong. Am I getting better at being alone and comfortable in my own company, or am I just used to being alone? It could be either, or both could be true and valid at the same time. In our ever-evolving landscape of modern society, I think it's extremely ironic that so many people are in fact lonelier than ever. What do you think is causing this? I just feel like we get to see so much of everything nowadays that we start to feel this need to be like others on the internet. It's not bad to grow and improve, but it feels like these needs are sometimes unattainable because you're not them. So how could you exactly be like them? But the crux is also that the needs of humans never seem to dissolve, yet only multiply. Our pursuit for happiness by doing these things is no more than a vicious cycle. This need to be something more than yourself makes it hard to have genuine connections to fight against this feeling of loneliness. I hope that while you're navigating to find out who you are and your place in this world, you'll be able to find some comfort in the connections around you, that at least someone is going through what you are. As for myself, having found more solace in the art that's being distributed around the world has been super fulfilling. To know that there is someone out there that cares deeply and is authentic has in fact been the very main way I find myself feeling more connected. Celebrate today and have fun with all your friends. I hope you're having fun. You deserve it. I hope you feel less lonely, at least just for today. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.
I'm currently sat in the middle of a mall in Prague, and like today I woke up so fucking burnt out. I just didn't want to get out of bed, you know. No umbrella or a poncho, so all my plans are kind of ruined for now. And like it looks like it's great and all, like traveling the world and seeing things, and yeah, it's great, but what's not shown is like during this entire trip I had to be always worried about safety because it's my first time in Europe, figuring out their transport systems and worrying about money, having not enough money to do anything, going to every museum and walking out because I can't afford their tickets. Like doing this series for the past 6 months has been incredibly challenging while fulfilling at the same time, but I don't think I've ever reached a point so low. Yeah.
Hey, it's 6:46 PM, and the soft glow of the sunlight is shining on the uneven yet deliberate cobblestone path. I'm sitting here after gobbling 2 sausage buns and trying to finish my remaining glass of beer. This is probably my cheapest meal out of the entire trip, but yet it feels the most representative one so far. A simple meal of an outdoor fast food shack right beside a park. It's my last day in Prague today, and I'll be heading off to Vienna tomorrow. This trip has been eye-opening to say the least. Being able to walk the streets of Europe and take in all there is to offer has been super enriching. If there was one thing I learned from travelling so much this year, it's definitely to try to embrace their local culture. Having the opportunity to try traditional dishes, learn about their history, interact with the locals and enjoy their sights, it's truly different. It's almost like you're of a different nationality for those few days. It's been extra challenging though. Trying to travel Europe solo while carrying tons of equipment on a tight budget has been extremely taxing on the mind. In Prague, it's been raining a lot, and since I didn't have an umbrella, I found myself often stranded at places. But I guess it's also situations like these that lead to more surprises. I stumbled onto a wartime poster exhibition, met and made friends with a Korean guy, and we talked for almost an hour. Being able to have free will and just walk and explore any interesting alley has made me feel like a kid again, curious about everything the world has to offer instead of just sticking to the same few routines back at home. This is all coming to a close soon. My body is tired and mentally, I've burnt out completely. It's been a long journey with planning that started in January. As crazy as all of these adventures have been, I'm due for a long break, away from planning, filming and travelling. With this trip ending, it's for another phase of my life. But until it's completely over, I'll make the best out of it. I'll talk to you soon. Wait. The guy that I met on the first day on the train to Budapest just made me this coffee. And it's so nice, man. Like that's my man. Hey, I'm 2 hours in on my flight back to Singapore. I actually almost missed this flight because I missed the gate number. But after an episode of sprinting down airport hallways, I caught it in time. Europe in all actuality has been super life-changing. 10 days flew by so fast, but at the same time, the amount of experience in these 10 days has been insane. I booked the trip because there was an offer for a flight to Vienna. Going around Europe was absolutely incredible. All 3 cities were incredibly beautiful, with each having their own features and the cultures that made them, them. Being surrounded and immersed by a culture where things don't primarily revolve around pragmatism has changed my entire perception of what life could be. From intricate carvings on buildings, street art and graffiti, sculptures, paintings, museums and history, you name it, it was pervasive and widespread. What is perceived as a waste of resources and space is deemed as something of appreciation there. Art at the end of the day is a human perspective of what life is, and shouldn't that be on the same level as pragmatism? It's the one thing that makes the world beautiful, that makes life worth living for. It feels like these 10 days have shown me that there are endless possibilities out there that actually exist. Art is at the end of the day so insanely powerful. It is a medium where feelings and thoughts deemed inexpressible by words are able to be conveyed. It is the one thing that makes the world beautiful, because without it, what difference would there be between humans and machines? In Europe, I made it a point to visit a historical museum in every new country I visited. As someone who enjoyed learning history in secondary school, it was a whole new experience. To be able to look at memorials and stand on grounds where history was created, it brought forward a wave of new feelings never felt before. The history of these countries were often quickly brushed over, but being able to finally understand their beginnings and the struggles they went through made touring the country feel extra immersive. As I stood in front of exhibitions in the museums, hours flew by in the blink of an eye. These were just words once written in my history notes, memorized and regurgitated for my academic exams. Being there in person and understanding it was a different feeling. History teaches lessons, and those that choose to ignore it will pay the price, and it has never felt more prevalent than in today's day and age. The one thing that will really stay with me is the warmth of all the people that I've met. Strangers from all over the world turned into friends that created spontaneous memories. I received so many kind-hearted gestures. He, who made me coffee when I came back to visit him in Vienna. Blaze, who I spent an entire evening talking about our life stories with. Matthias, whose laughter will always ring through my mind. And the 2 Ukrainian hikers that I met at Hallstatt, who helped me when I was lost. And many other travelers and locals that graced me with their kind hospitality. These are moments that made my trip so much more special, and to all of them, I hope our lives will intertwine one day again. As I made mistakes along the way, I've learned that when anything goes wrong, I'll always have my own back. There is nothing more important than that. In these 10 days, there were countless hours spent alone, but in those hours, we decided solace, peace, and quiet. I'm so much more comfortable in my own skin, and I've never felt more present than I had ever in my life. This trip was genuinely life-changing. Europe was genuinely incredible, and at the end of the day, this is only the tip of the iceberg. There are still so many cities to explore, so much more to learn, and so many more kind people to meet. 4 out of 4, the second leg of the tour is officially over. Hope you're doing great. I'll talk to you soon. Wait. Hey, how are you doing? Wow, it actually feels kind of surreal to write. It's the 21st of June today. The 21st of June is the longest day of the summer and hence known as the summer solstice. For the past 6 months, I've been working on this series, chasing the summer solstice. On the 12th of June, I took my final flight back from Vienna to Singapore. With that trip ending, it officially marked the end of filming of the series that I'd been working on, as well as the lived experiences in the making of it. There are no more future plans till university started, and all that there was left for me to do was to piece the remaining pieces together. All I wanted out of my time before university was to tell the stories I wanted to tell, and to produce them well. It felt like since July 2023, in which I first picked up the camera, I started building towards that. Now that all these lived experiences are all over, it's genuinely crazy to see how far I've come. In some of my recent darkest moments, the only thing that kept me going was creating. It was the only thing that kept my eyes open. Nothing else made me feel more alive. I realized that all I genuinely wanted to do in my life was to create and tell the stories that mattered. So I did. But in doing so, it also became the one thing that can and will destroy me. And I've had a taste of that during this journey. You see, this series originally just started as a single trip to Korea to see the filming locations that I've yearned to see. But as time went by and more travel plans came by, it's now grown to a full-blown 5-episode series. With a total of 6 countries travelled, a series of short poems and a novel written all in the span of 6 months. It became the biggest project I ever embarked on. These past 6 months was crazy. There genuinely isn't a better word for it. I was obsessed, because with this series I wanted to push my creative limits, trying different styles and ensuring that the quality produced would be my best work yet. Slowly everything in my life started to revolve around this series. I was watching so many creators and films for inspiration. I spent hours in Notion writing countless storyboards and planning trips. On those trips, the camera never left my hand. As tired as I was, I genuinely had never felt more alive. What a privilege it was to be tired in pursuit of a challenge of your own choosing. At the beginning of this journey, I just wanted to become a better creative and tell better stories that I can be proud of. That was all I wanted to do. What I did not realize was that while doing so, my dreams was coming true. I was figuring out who I was and my place in this world. Traveling the world and seeing what the world has to offer outside of my own bubble. Creating memories that would last for a lifetime with my friends, chasing new experiences, and pushing my limits. To do all that while documenting it and creating art, there's nothing more valuable than that. I still remember writing the first emails of every trip, and to see so many dreams come true in 6 months has been absolutely incredible. I still remember roaming the cozy seaside town of Jeju and looking at familiar filming spots of my favorite shows, surfing on the waves of the beach in Kuta, ascending Mount Butter and scuba diving for the first time, travelling with my childhood friends for the first time, and last but not least, meeting countless kind people as I backpacked across Europe alone for the first time. These are memories that will last for a lifetime, and I'm so honoured that I'll be making films to immortalise these experiences. As I'm writing this looking back, I'm glad that I didn't wait for life to happen, but when I made life happen instead. Being able to obtain all these experiences during my adulting years, though unconventional, has easily been the best decision I've made in my life, and has given me clearer directions of the steps that I should take subsequently. There is still so much good out there in the world left to see and explore. The amount of times I've just wandered and stumbled into something beautiful unintentionally.
This shit is insane, man. Like, holy fuck.
The amount of kind and warm people I've met. These experiences were so magical, and I'm sure will prove to be pivotal to the formative years of my life. This series was never meant to be a coming-of-age story, but it definitely caused one.
Just want you to know the feelings mutual. Wherever you may go, you never alone.
5 out of 5. Chasing the summer solstice is officially over. What a ride. With the series ending, so has this phase of my life. I started writing emails to you because I wanted you to know everything. Now that that's over, this will be the last email I'll write to you. 26 Haze, 26 How Have You Beens, 26 emails I'll never send. Wait.
I got a lot on my neck tonight.
You're good at the fall and not the staying there. You're good at the giving too much than getting scared. You're good at impersonating someone who cares. And you had me for a minute there, but now I wonder why I let your confusion keep me up at night. I'm so tired. We read every single undertone, and I overanalyzed it, front, back, and beside it. Where else can we go? There's nothing left here to decode. Done looking for signs and the gaps in the silence. It's just getting old. There's nothing left here to decode. There's a weight off my shoulders now that I don't chase you. Being myself, did that emasculate you? Learning from you that I can walk away too. And you had me for a minute too, but now I wonder why I let your indecision keep me up at night. I'm so tired. Unpacked every single word you wrote, and I overanalyzed it, front, back, and beside it. Where else can we go? There's nothing left here to decode. Done looking for signs and the gaps in the silence. It's just getting old. There's nothing left here to decode. There's nothing left here to decode. Now I wonder why I let your confusion keep me up at night. I'm so tired.
Reel 2. Finish.
Fourth video is done. Let's go.
Don't look in the